Seth Doane found the perfect angle for this postcard from Italy.
They come from all over to get that same shot.
Do you get tired as a guide of taking that picture?
Sometimes, yes.
Massimo Lenzi says the Leaning Tower is the only site most visitors ask him to see in Pisa, this jewel of a town in Tuscany.
In the past, the people, they don't care. It's just something wrong.
This is something of interest to modern tourists.
Yes.
The bell tower started leaning when it was still under construction. Engineers of the 12th and 13th centuries tried making adjustments, but uneven soil was no match for so much marble.
Are people who come to Pisa aware that there are other leaning towers in Italy?
No, they don't think in there are other leaning towers.
So just imagine how the people of Bologna feel, which has its own leaning tower. Ever heard of Garisenda? Famed poet Dante Alighieri wrote about it a good 800 years ago, noting while trying to admire the taller, less lopsided Asinelli Tower, he was distracted by its leaning neighbor, Garisenda. Today it's making global headlines after being closed for safety reasons. It's leaning even more than that other tower that hogs so much attention.
The strange thing is that from the engineering point of view, the constructions become famous when something goes wrong. For instance, a tower that tilts is famous.
Professor Paolo Foraboschi has built a career stabilizing towers across Italy. He explains Bologna's skyline was once filled with them.
We would have looked out here in medieval times and seen 100 of these towers?
Yes, to show that you are rich, you buy a huge car or a boat. In the past, you built a tower.
But in those days, height could win out over structural soundness.
We discovered this summer from some data that the movement of the tower was different.
Matteo Lepore is Bologna's mayor. Last fall, he made the decision to temporarily close the tower.
Do you worry that it actually could fall over?
No. A medieval tower is a strange thing. It's a sort of a body, no? And we have to take care of it with the awareness that in this time, we for sure decide not to build a tower like that.
They're still studying what to do and are looking west toward Pisa. In 1990, the tower there was closed for about a decade. They used cables and weights and removed 77 tons of soil to stop it from leaning a little too much.
I was involved exactly for the same problem in Pisa.
But a different cause may merit a different solution, says engineer Massimo Maianetschi. He's now working with industrial engineer Raffaella Bruni. We're evaluating various possibilities, Bruni told us, ranging from building a perimeter protection exterior to supporting it by holding it. Or there's the hypothesis of temporarily shortening it.
So one of the options is actually to lower the tower.
Yes. You know that in the 14th century, they removed 12 meters. Today, we say, well, we may apply the same system.
Today, it stands about 150 feet high. When it was shortened centuries ago, it was lowered brick by brick. Whatever today's solution is, they figure it'll cost at least $20 million.
Why are you raising money for these towers?
Because I woke up and I read what was happening in my city, and I felt not only the urgency, but the sense of responsibility and the opportunity of taking care of something that is going to be forever.
Chef Michele Massari grew up just blocks from Garisenda, but now lives in New York City.
So tonight is a dinner about New York and Bologna, towers and skyscrapers.
He opened his restaurant, Lucciola, on Manhattan's Upper West Side for a dinner fundraiser in February.
And ready.
On the menu, an edible bit of Bologna's cultural heritage.
Should we try it? Yeah, I got a spoon here for you.
Tortellini.
I think most Americans are surprised knowing there are so many leaning towers in Italy.
Do you think it started because we have such a great food?
Those structural problems, of course, are not diet-related. Back in Bologna, Mayor Matteo Lepore hopes all this attention may have an unintended plus.
I know that Pisa is more famous than Bologna in general, but I hope that with this occasion could be the new tilting tower.
So a little tilting is good in a way for business.
Yeah.
In medieval times, these towers were built as defensive structures. Today, they're at the center of a friendlier sort of competition.
Have you spoken with the mayor of Pisa?
Only a few messages, good luck each
Good
other.
luck.
Yes.